I'm Ellie with PsychicFuture.com, and this is your horoscope from the 1st to the 7th of October. So, following on from the last few weeks, we've had a real focus on balance and harmony. So we had the equinox with the equal days and nights, we had full moon in Aries, and I talked quite a lot last week about this theory of seeing ourselves in another person and how we can learn a lot from our relationships. So that theme is going to be continued on this week, and it's going to get a little bit more practical, so less kind of like deeply spiritual and theoretical, and a little bit more like what you can actually do. So this week we have Venus is going retrograde. Now, before you kind of get the fear of God in you, think, oh my God, another retrograde, I can't handle it. Don't worry too much. It's not going to be like Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde tends to be chaotic and a little bit all over the place, whereas Venus retrograde is lots more soft and gentle. And actually what's going to happen is we're going to have our eyes opened a little bit to some of our relationships, and in particular some of the relationship issues that aren't quite working. So this obviously sometimes can be an uncomfortable experience, because if we're used to just kind of coasting and being like everything's fine, it doesn't matter that I haven't spoken to that person for a month, we can just check back in, and it doesn't matter that me and my partner kind of barely exchange words half the time because we're so busy working. Like these kind of things, we take them a lot for granted because so many of us have had so much on our plate recently that our relationships have suffered a little bit because we've just been so hell-bent on like work and progressing and doing this and just battling whatever hurdles are coming at us from left and right, and our relationships have suffered a little bit. So this is a really nice time for Venus retrograde to happen, because it's going to basically pull up the curtain and show you, like, you need to call that person, or you need to talk to that person, or you need to have a date with your partner, or you need to spend some time with the kids, or you need to phone up your family and go and see them. Like, it's gonna really show you what is needed now in your relationships, and it might be that you go, oh my God, I didn't even realise, and that's okay. Because now it's time to take that action, because what you see, what happens, is going to encourage you to take action towards that. So another thing that's happening this week that's going to help this kind of energy along is Pluto is going direct. So Pluto has been retrograde for a while, and it's been kind of holding us back from transforming and holding us back from stepping into this kind of new mindset that we've kind of known that we wanted to take on, and we knew that we wanted to do this new direction or this new thing, or that we needed to change in some way, or we needed to improve in some way, but we haven't been able to do it yet. And in particular, because this is coupled with Venus retrograde, it's going to really start to manifest in our relationships. So if perhaps you have been feeling a little bit like some of your relationships are taking a back seat, or perhaps some people aren't treating you right, or perhaps you've had a miscommunication or a fallout with somebody, or just you've just drifted away from somebody and you didn't want that to happen, then this is going to allow you to now see this with fresh eyes and be like, okay, I need to do something about that, and I need to pour some love into this relationship, or I need to pull my love out of that relationship a little bit because it's not serving me anymore, it's making me feel bad about myself. Like, it's just going to give us all of this stuff out on a table so that we can kind of do a little stock check of our relationships, essentially, and be like, cool, this is what I need to do here, this is what I need to do there, and that's going to be really good for you, because when you pour more love into your relationships, or you kind of retract the love from the relationships that aren't making you feel good, then you will feel more harmonious, and you'll feel more happier and lighter, and you'll be able to enjoy all of the other stuff in your life more, because you're going to have your kind of your love meter filled up, essentially. So yeah, I'm going to pick you a tarot card, and instead of doing a general one, I'm going to do one for your relationships for the week, since this is the theme. So let's have a card for Leo's relationships. The Knight of Discs. Okay, so this is telling you to be patient with somebody. And it might be that somebody needs to be more patient with you, but I think it's more likely that you need to have more patience with somebody else. So this could be to do with somebody taking a little bit too much time than you would like, and it can be on a big level, like, perhaps you've got a partner that you've been like, come on, propose to me, or ask me to move in, or ask me to, tell me you love me, or like any of these little milestones that we all look forward to. within a relationship that sometimes we can get a little bit impatient about because they're not coming as quick as we'd like them to come. And it doesn't have to be as big as that. It can be like on a lower level. Perhaps you are going out with a friend and they're taking ages to get ready and you think, oh my God, come on, I booked the table for 8 and you know it's like 1:15 and you're taking forever. This is just telling you that this week you need to be careful about being impatient because you could hurt somebody's feelings. So the Knight of Discs is very slow, steady, but reliable kind of energy. So if you are getting impatient with somebody, try and just like bite your tongue a little bit and just remember that that person might be slow, but they do things well. And you know, if it is with a partner and you're waiting on them for something, just remember that like if they are taking things slowly, that's a good thing because it means that they're really thinking things through, and you don't want somebody to like rush in and be like, oh my God, I love you and this and I'll shower you with this and I'll take you on holiday, and then just disappear as quick as they came in. Like nobody wants that. What we want is somebody that's dependable and reliable and you know that's going to take care of us and take care of our feelings. So, and even with a friend as well, like if your friend is taking a while to get ready, just think of that in terms of, well, she wants to look nice because we're going out together and that's a good occasion, and it doesn't matter if we're a little bit late, or, you know, it doesn't matter if, you know, they're not getting what I want as quick as, you know, as I want them to. Just remember that that person is probably a good friend to you or a good person to you and is just taking their time, and that's okay because it means that they're just, you know, they're being thorough and they're really thinking things through, and that's a good thing. So yeah, be patient this week. So check in next week for next week's video and have a lovely week. Much love.